Kind of a funny idea I just wanted to talk about. So, the difference between science and religion. On the surface, they seem to be like different, but in many ways, they're actually quite the same. In fact, as my personal definition, right, of science, science really, right, in its pure science, is curiosity, engagement with the world, having that power of imagination, right? Creativity. That's all science, right? Observing, just observing, right? Just engaging with the world, being curious, right? Being open to the world. That's science. Whereas religion, pure religion, right? Pure religion would be a closed offness, right? A conclusiveness, right? A decisiveness to the world, right? Science is very open, right? It's engaged, right? It's curious. Religion is closed, right? It's decisive. In a way, it's decisive, right? It's decided. It's concluded, right? It's conclusive. But that means that, right? That means that to this definition, right? To this definition of science and religion, every day, right? I guess the definitions of religion and science for most people don't really fit, right? So, for example, even if something you say is backed by science, right? So, like saying the Earth is curved, right? It's backed by science, right? But there can be a point where science can turn into scientism, right? A religion of science. So instead of being like curious, right, open, engaged with science, right, you're closed, right? You concluded science, right? It's almost like it's an amount of hubris, right? Science is all about humility, right? Being open to the world, open to possibilities, imagination. It's about asking questions, right? Science is all about asking questions, right? Religion is about answers, right? Answer. So, right, even things that seem scientific at first, right? So like saying the Earth is curved, right? No, as an extreme example, right? If we say that the Earth is curved, yes, it's based on science, right? It's based on science, but it's actually a religion, right? Because it's a belief, right? Because we gave an answer. Because science is not about the answer. It's not about the answer at all, right? It's about asking the questions, right? Right? So science would be: is the Earth curved or is it flat? Right? That's science. But if we say it is curved or it is flat, that's not science, right? That's religion. In the same way, right? So things like meditation, mindfulness, prayer, we typically think of them as religion, but they're actually scientific, right? If the way in which we engage with meditation, with mindfulness, with prayer, if it's open, right? If it's an engagement, if it's a conversation with our inner life, right? With our with the universe, so to say, then it's science, right? It's science. Meditation is really about exploring the inner world, right? The inner experience. Mindfulness is really engaging, right? It's being open, welcoming life. And that's science. Prayer, depending on how you do it, is all about embracing, right? Welcoming, being curious about the mystery of all of life. So if it's done, depending on how it's done, prayer can also be a form of science, right? It can be a form of curiosity, engagement. So, right, to my definition, right, to how I see it, right, science is all about curiosity, engagement, welcoming. It's about asking questions, right? It's always about invitation, right? You're inviting life. Religion is always about closing doors, right? Closing doors, answering. It's always about the answer. So that's how I see it, right? Science and religion. So in this way, what we typically consider to be religion, right? Like Buddhism, Hinduism, Christianity, there's lots of scientific aspects within them, right? It's about exploration and understanding. And within what we typically consider to be science, there's a lot of religious, right, beliefs, dogma almost. So that's how I see it, right? Science and religion.